Hey guys, and welcome. Right, so my boy Rafa Nadal, one set up. I'm really, really pleased with that. Obviously, 6-3 in that first set, but Schwartzman did not play badly at all, to be honest with you. I thought he played pretty well. I thought the Argentinian played some pretty good tennis, and I thought he was pretty unlucky actually. Nadal just really upped his level, and then straight away broke him, and then Schwarzer managed to get the break back, which was really impressive. But then Nadal um, just managed to break him again at 4-3, and then went on to obviously serve for the match at 5-3 up. So probably disappointing. It will be disappointing for Schwartzman. He'll be thinking, I haven't done too much wrong, but Nadal's level has definitely picked up, and he's played a lot better than he has in the previous round, where I was a little bit not. I wouldn't say I was concerned. I was more like, what, he cannot be playing at this certain type of level. But it looks like he has picked himself up and said, look, I cannot be serving as many double faults, for example. Still, I think served a couple. But in general, he's been a lot better for me. And in fact, let me just double check that because I'm talking about double faults. Yeah, so 2 double faults, still not amazing. But if you have a look here, 62% first serve percentage, which is the key stat there. So that's what's really, really important. Right, so we're into a rally here as Schwartzman goes down the middle, then a very high loopy ball from Nadal. Schwartzman so quick across the ground and also very, very good off that backhand side, especially, I would say. Tries to dictate with the forehand as well at times, and he is now at 30 all on Nadal's serve, so really trying to knock on the door and get that break of serve, which would be amazing at the start here when he's 1-love up on, and it's still on serve, and he probably wants to catch Nadal a little bit cold here after winning that first set. Schwartzman, I think Schwartzman is a busy player. It's interesting. There was a stat that said that, according to Eurosport, 62% of rallies past 5 shots at the Rome match where Schwartzman beat Nadal, he'd won those points. 62% of the rallies going past 5 shots or more. There was also the same last year. It was 58%, and Nadal won that match. So clearly Nadal needs to be quite aggressive, and that's what he's been. I think a bit more, obviously stepping inside the baseline more. But Schwartzman's just compiled a really good point here. Backhand down the line and then coming to the net as Nadal stretches and then puts away the volley. Really impressive stuff from the Argentinian. And he has a breakpoint opportunity here early on in this second set. So very, very good start for him in this second set. Can he make it count? Nadal will be looking for that probably typical lefty serve on the ad side, going out wide to the backhand of Schwartzman, and then probably trying to rip that forehand into the open court, which is one of his go-to plays when he's in trouble. So let's see if he goes for it. Yeah, he did try to go for it, but can only net the first serve. So second serve for Diego Schwartzman to look at, which is even better for the Argentinian because he'll be thinking, I can step in here and actually put some pressure on Rafa and kind of put him back straight away. Let's see. Pretty decent second serve, but very, very good from wow. And he gets the break of serve. That was an extremely good return from Diego Schwartzman. Really, really good into out forehand from the Argentinian. Really impressive stuff. And he gets the break of serve here early on. And I tell you what, he's still in this game, isn't he? He's still in this game. He definitely is looking sharp still. I think it's good because he's obviously put that first set to the back of his mind. He's probably thought to himself, you know what, I wasn't playing badly. I just need to continue playing at a pretty high level, really make Nadal work for his points, try and grind out the points, which is so crazy because you don't associate anyone being able to particularly outlast Rafa Nadal. But Schwartzman is one of those players, apparently, according to the stats anyway, that is able to do it when points get longer. Right, so here we go. Schwartzman now serving to consolidate the break. Nadal will be looking to break back straight away as he did in that first set, but can only put a backhand long. So 15-love up on Schwartzman's serve and 2-love up with that break of serve he just got. So if you can go 3-love up for him, that's perfect. Nadal obviously has come back from positions like this before in a set, but all I can say is Schwartzman's probably thinking I can only control what I can. So here he'll be looking to just hold serve, and then he's sorted, right? It's easy, easy peasy against the best player on clay ever. But it's easy. Don't worry about it. 30 love and 2 love up here. It's crazy, isn't it? Because as soon as you get the break of serve, when you're playing, you just think, I've just got to hold my serve now, and I'm fine. Just hold my serve, all good, win the set, but it doesn't pave out like that all the time. There's definitely twists and turns, and there definitely will be for Schwartzman here, I'm sure, in this set. But so far, so good. 30 love up and a second serve for the Spaniard to have a look at. A good serve into the backhand of Rafa Nadal from Schwartzman. And Nadal trying to really impose himself, and he does with a very, very strong backhand down the line to Schwartzman's backhand, and he tries to find the angle with the backhand, but drags it too wide. So 30-15 even to the Argentinian here. What do you guys think of the attire as well of Schwartzman and Nadal? Very, very interesting. I'm not sure whether I love it or I hate it, but yeah, it's interesting though. Nadal's obviously I've seen before Schwartzman's as well. Schwartzman is pretty colourful, as is Nadal. Nadal probably a little bit more colourful, to be fair, in the high vis yellow. Right, 40-15 to Schwartzman here as Nadal puts a forehand long. So 40-15, and he's setting up this game pretty nicely. He's carrying on that momentum that he had in that previous game. Really impressive stuff from the Argentinian. I've been impressed with his kind of mental fortitude. I think in his second set, it's just been extremely. You could easily just fall away. Someone like Sinner, for example, fell away when he played that first set against Nadal, and he got a bit disheartened. Here, though, Schwartzman, as he holds, as Nadal nets the backhand down the line, is definitely there and saying, I'm still here. You know what? I'm going to be a problem for you. I'm going to continue to really knock away and really try and impose himself in this. And the momentum is definitely with the Argentinian now in this set. 3 love up and a break. I see Nadal definitely will need to wrestle back some of that momentum, serve a little bit better as well. I think get that first serve percentage back up in this service game and just make sure that Schwartzman is not having it all his own way. Because at the moment, that's what it seems to be in this little period of play here between the two, which is quite interesting, to be honest with you, because, as I said, you don't normally associate anyone being able to necessarily, not bully, I think that's the wrong word, but someone being able to, outlast Nadal, apart from maybe someone like a Djokovic. So, yeah, I think it's really interesting. But Schwartzman is extremely fit. He's very quick across the ground as well, and he's quite solid, I think, off both wings. So I think maybe he's someone who clearly has that ability to do it. He has the ability to just get forward, and not just get forward, but really, really impose himself in the rallies, which is the biggest thing, isn't it? Can you impose yourself in the rallies? And Schwartzman has been able to do that so far in this match. In this set anyway, especially, which has been extremely impressive from the Argentinian. So Nadal serving here to get on the scoreboard, to be honest with you, which is probably quite surprising. And everyone would have been thinking, what's going on? Because Nadal's won that 1-6-3, but it was a tight first set. And now Nadal is looking to put some momentum back in his side of the court here as he goes big with the forehand cross court to Schwartzman's backhand. Schwartzman tries to cream that backhand cross court, but hits the net. So 15 love, can you dump that backhand into the net? It looks absolutely baking as well there in France, and I think on the Philippe Chatrier court, you can see that the balls are exploding off the surface more, which I think definitely is probably an advantage to Nadal. And you saw that slight advantage come into play during the back end of that first set. But Schwartzman has adapted, I think, quite well to the higher balls in this second set. Alex BG1 says, hey, did you've tuned in at a very interesting time, haven't you? Yeah, I have. I was planning to kind of do it from the start, but some some other work crept up, unfortunately. So I am, yeah. Schwartzman is looking strong, man. He's looking strong at the moment. Nadal doesn't quite know what to do at the moment. Schwartzman just looks very pinpoint at the moment for the most part. He does just dump that backhand into the net though, and 30 love up here. Nadal probably hoping, can I just hold to love here, get an easy game, and then maybe go again and try and see if I can break. But yeah, very interesting. Shyam Sridharan says, hi, mate. Wasn't it so surprising to see Sakari beat Swiatek? Sakari is a really good player, and you know what? A very interesting fact. Sakari has actually, well, she's actually been checking out my Instagram page because I can see she's been checking my stories. But it was like a month or so ago. I tried to get on the channel to do an interview, but no reply via Instagram. But oh yeah, I was really happy for her because she seems like a really nice guy. Her team as well, like vaguely talked to some of the team of her team as well, and she seems really nice. And she was definitely the underdog going into that, but she played so well, unbelievably well to win the straight set. So that was a huge upset because Swiatek was definitely the favourite, I think, after Barty went out. So it's completely opened up. And to be honest, I think it's going to be hard to beat Sakari after that performance because I feel like if she can carry on that level, it's going to be extremely tough for anyone. Pramod Kumar Telesera says Nadal wants a longer match. Same like Novak. I don't think he does actually, Pramod. I think he wants to wrap this up in straight sets. And the reason why I say that is because most likely he'll have Djokovic next, so he needs to be as fresh as possible, right? So for him, he's probably like, I need to get through this ASAP. But in saying that, obviously he's struggling at the moment to get through it comfortably. A setup, obviously, though, 40-15 here. So Nadal goes down the middle to the Schwartzman backhand. Schwartzman tries to go into out on the forehand down the line, but misses it. Just dumps that forehand into the net. So 3-1 here. Nadal, you can see he's definitely got his tail up a little bit here, and you can tell he's like, it's break time. It's time to break him. So let's see what he does. Tejas Tendulkar says Nadal can do a comeback from 5 love. He probably has at some point. I think I've seen him come down for like 5-1, 5-2 and go on to win a set. So definitely possible. I mean, look, he's definitely not out this set. He's only one break down, right? So, but in saying that, I think he needs to gain a bit more momentum, and he has in that service game. I thought he played a little bit better. So let's see. It's something that I guess you don't normally associate with Nadal, but it's become more and more prevalent in his game is him switching off for small periods of sets, and he does do it. And as he's gotten older, his game's got more solid overall. But there are occasions where he just switches off for a game or two, and that's it. And sometimes when you're playing against someone like Schwartzman, who then ups his game, or a Djokovic, for example, then you can find it really hard to wrestle back that set, which I found with Nadal. And he will, because he's got a fighter spirit mentality. But yeah. Alex BG1 says Sakari was a big upset against Swiatek. Yes, it was. As Nadal goes 30 love up on Schwartzman's serve, Schwartzman missing the backhand on the line. He looks nervous. He looks really nervous, the Argentinian here. He does completely blank face, stone face almost, the Argentinian. He doesn't look particularly happy, I think, with that, and I wouldn't be either, to be fair. Shyam Sridharan says how to watch the telecast live. So I'm watching on Eurosport or Eurosport Player. That's how I'm watching it. I'm not sure kind of around the world what channels. I think Amazon Prime got some of them. As Nadal completely, he obliterates that forehand down the line, and he opens up 3 break points. This is a ridiculous forehand. It's a trademark forehand from Nadal down the line. Absolute bullet of a forehand, and he opens up break back points. Tejas Tendulkar says he will now that he's won one. Let's see, eh? 40 love here, and Nadal going backhand into Schwartzman, and Schwartzman opens up with the forehand with a huge into-out forehand, absolutely mahusive from the Argentinian, and brings it back to 40-15. So really, really good stuff from Schwartzman just to pull that one back. But he's still got 2 more break points to have to save here. So Nadal is thinking, get returning, get it deep, make him keep on playing, make a mistake. Goes deep with the forehand, but center of the court. Schwartzman does well to get it out the angle. Then, Schwartzman goes wide with the backhand. So Nadal breaks, and that's quite a tame end to that game. So Nadal, here we go. The momentum has swung back into Nadal's favor here. Back on serve. Nadal will be thinking, that's it, I'm in now. TS Sandulka says, whom do you support? I'm a Nadal fan, but I just love tennis, to be honest with you, because tennis is a great game. I don't dislike really any tennis players, to be fair, in terms of the way they play. Some are obviously more exciting to watch than others, but yeah, Nadal is my man, my boy, as I like to call him. Yeah. Right, okay. As we are in between games here now, 3-2, please do remember to smash the like button, please. It really does help the channel to grow, and also get this video out to more people so that we can have more people join in and, of course, interact and join this little community. And also, please remember to subscribe to the channel, which I think most of you guys have done now already. So, yeah, please do. Please do so. It does help the channel to grow as well. Tia Sendulka says, me too. Okay, nice one. Alex says, do you also follow MMA? I do not follow MMA. I vaguely, I casually follow it, but I don't follow it on this channel. So I know a little bit about it, but I'm not like a huge fan in terms of like knowing a lot about it. But I can probably hold a conversation with someone about MMA. I cover boxing on here quite extensively. I've got a lot of interviews with pro boxers, and on this channel, on one of my playlists, which is called Boxing Interviews, and also cricket, which again I've got some cricket interviews on here, and also reviews, punditry, and stuff like that as well. Similar to tennis. Nadal at 2-3 here and serving to, well, just keep it on serve really after breaking back and looking to consolidate that break back. And this is an important game actually for Nadal, because he doesn't want to get broken here and then it just be perceived as, you know what, he's struggling a lot to hold his serve, because it will give Schwartzman a big confidence boost. Schwartzman will be thinking, I need to get that break back because I was playing extremely well. I just let it go after a couple of pretty loose points from the Argentinian. Good backhand cross court from Nadal. Schwartzman obviously targeting that backhand, as most people try to do, but Nadal then runs around it way off court onto the forehand side. Schwartzman really making Nadal move around the court, not making it easy for the Spaniard, is the Argentinian. Going cross court. A backhand cross court from Schwartzman is very good. This time shorter now from Nadal on the angle, cross court on the forehand side, and Schwartzman tries to go for the drop shot, very ambitious drop shot, backhand slice, and misses it, actually hitting that one very low on the net. So a little bit disappointing from the Argentinian there. And you're starting to see not frustration, but maybe a little bit of impatience from the Argentinian at times. That was 23 shots, and he was by no means not in the rally, but just chose to go for maybe an option that you wouldn't normally expect him to go for, one that he is probably not particularly well accustomed to doing. So that was a bit disappointing, because Nadal goes out wide with the serve and Schwartzman just netting the backhands. A 30-love up here. Nadal definitely looks a bit stronger now after that little blip which I talked about. Yeah, and I said, didn't I? I said he sometimes has a blip of like a game or two, or three even at times, and then he has to then rein it back in, and that's what he's done here so far. 30-love here for Spaniard. Good serve out wide to the forehand of Schwartzman, then comes forward into the net. So 40-love up to Nadal. Shian's 3 says, "Is this a knockout match?" Yeah, dude. All matches in Grand Slams are knockout matches. So if you lose one match, that's it. You're out. And no group stages or anything. So Grand Slams, you have to win every match. You have to win all of your matches to win a Grand Slam. Nadal 40-love up here and 2-3. Tries to go down the tee, but misses that one, and this is on the ad side. So very ambitious. Nadal this time, so second serve for Schwartzman to have a look at, goes to the backhand of Schwartzman, goes cross court. Nadal crunches the forehand Cross-court then comes into the net after a short return, and unfortunately, Schwartzman's forehand just breaks down. Alex PG1 says, what's your prediction for Djokovic Berrettini? How many sets? You know what? It's a weird one because Berrettini obviously has had this little break after getting the walkover against Federer, and it's really how he responds to it. If he responds well and doesn't start slowly, I can see him potentially taking a set off Djokovic. I don't see him winning. I think that's very, very ambitious. As in, he's got a chance, but I don't think it's particularly evenly matched. I think Berrettini has had a very good clay court swing, so it's not an easy match. I would actually say it's probably a harder match than this Schwartzman match. So I think Berrettini for Djokovic is a harder test than Schwartzman for Nadal. That's how I look at it. So I'd say maybe if Berrettini plays a very good level and Djokovic plays like he did against Musetti, then I reckon it'll be 4 sets. But Djokovic will eke it out. But otherwise, if Djokovic chans up and plays really well, then I mean Berrettini were blown away. But similarly, I think Berrettini has been in good form. He'll be confident, I think, just to play some good tennis. Really good rally here. Couple of fantastic dinks at the net. Now smash from Schwartzman and puts it away. That is an unbelievable point. It was actually a shot through the legs from Nadal trying to actually lob Schwartzman's unbelievable point. Really good finish from Schwartzman. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, there was a couple of drop shots and then a couple of dinks over the net. Then Schwartzman lobs Nadal. Nadal gets to that. He goes over his head. And Schwartzman manages to put away the smash. 3Zeus24 says, hi, how are you? I'm good. How are you? Thanks very much for tuning in. What do you guys think of the Djokovic-Berrettini match? That's the most important thing. Like, who do you think is going to win? Right, so he's 30 love up here, Schwartzman. He's doing a pretty good job. Alex says, must hold for Schwartzman here. Yeah, 100%. Definitely needs to hold serve here. 100%. Because this is now we're getting into the business end of the set, so it's going to be tough. But Nadal absolutely creams that forehand. Cross-court, he crunches that one. Kicks off the surface, it completely explodes off the surface, and drags Schwartzman off court on the backhand side. And you can only hit that backhand into the net. So, let's see. Alex says, I'm also leaning towards Djokovic in 4 sets. Yeah, it's one of those things. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Berrettini takes a set off him. Like, for example, if there's a tight set and maybe he wins a tiebreak or he wins at 7-5, I could see that happening. But I think he can serve very well in a set, and it can happen. Schwartzman does really well there, extremely well. Good serve, then comes forward after a shorter return from Nadal, hits the forehand cross court, then comes into the net and puts away the volley on the forehand side into the open court. Well, this is interesting. Chiam says, I think it will be a 5-set match between Novak and Berrettini. It could be. I mean, imagine that, right? Then Novak would have had 2 5-set matches against 2 Italians as well, and 2 young Italians and very talented Italians. Who knows? Who knows? It could be. It could be. You just never know. You never know. Schwartzman goes out wide to the Nadal backhand and then goes down the line, but Nadal gets across, and now we're into a cross-court exchange as Schwartzman then switches it up with a fantastic backhand down the line, but that is unreal by Rafa Nadal. Wow. Well, this is a slice, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, it is a backhand slice from Nadal, and it just clips the line and manages to skip off the surface short, dragging Schwartzman off court, and he tries to just dink it over into the space down the line and doesn't manage to. So 40-30 though, so still no time to panic yet. For Schwartzman, he'll just be thinking, I can hold here with a good serve and a good 1+ shot as well. This time goes out wide to the Nadal forehand, then goes into out forehand down the line. Nadal manages to get that back, but Schwartzman gets forward to the shorter ball and puts away the forehand. So really impressive hold from the Argentinian, and 4-3 to him. So we're still on serve, and we're still in a position where I think the Argentinian is well within this set, well within the match as well. To be fair, I think Nadal, of course, in the driving seat after winning that first set, but after getting broken a couple of times already in this match, I think this is a really crucial game for Nadal. If he doesn't hold here, then obviously Schwartzman will be serving for the set. So this is the same point actually that Nadal broke Schwartzman. Schwartzman was 4-3 up, and he was 4-3 up and actually was serving at 4-3 up. So he was a break up as well, and Nadal managed to then break him. Sorry, he was 3-2 up. Sorry, even on his serve, and then broke him to then go on to win 6-3. So yeah, really intriguing stuff here in the second set, especially the level's been pretty high as well. A lot of people said that yesterday Tsitsipas and Medvedev's match was a bit disappointing because obviously it'd been hyped up a lot. I didn't think so. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, yes, it was only 3 sets, and I thought Medvedev obviously was slightly, in terms of level of comfort on the clay, he's not as comfortable as Tsitsipas, which is why I predicted a Tsitsipas win. But in saying that, there were some really good points, I thought, and yes, it wasn't a 5-set epic, but I thought the actual quality of tennis was pretty good. And here again, the quality of tennis is pretty good as well from both. So I'm enjoying it. I don't know, maybe people only associate quality tennis with you go to 5 sets and extremely tight, I guess. But then that's more competitive tennis rather than quality, if that makes sense, if you're trying to describe it. Anyways, 3-4 and Nadal serving here to keep it on serve. Schwartzman would definitely be well up for this return game, that's for sure. Nadal goes down the tee to the Schwartzman backhand, and then Nadal crunching the forehand cross court to the Schwartzman backhand, but then switches it up, switches the angle on the forehand. Nadal goes down the line and crunches it into the open court. So very good play from Nadal there, way off court as well. Manages to crunch that forehand down the line, and Schwartzman just puts his head up like, what am I supposed to do there? What am I supposed to do? Didn't Nadal have white shorts before? Has he changed his shorts for this match? I'm pretty sure he still had the same top. It was a bright yellow one. But I swear he had white shorts, not black shorts. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. Right, so 15 love up here, and it's the second serve for Schwartzman to have a look at. Very good return. Very, very good return from Schwartzman. At an angle, cross court, dragging Nadal way off court. Nadal tries to go for another forehand down the line, but misses that one. So really impressive stuff from the Argentinian. Good as well, very good awareness in terms of where to play and place that return, I thought. Right, 15 all here. Nadal goes down the tee from the juice side, dragging Schwartzman onto his backhand, and then puts away the overhead in absolute style. Little fist bump, not a Vamos yet, but a little fist bump nonetheless. Absolutely destroys that overhead. Ooh. Alex says, what's your opinion on Dimitrov, my countryman? He's been suffering with a back injury this year. Very stylish player, baby fed, right? They used to call him. He has an unbelievable amount of talent. Just not consistent enough. I think you wouldn't mind me saying that, because I think that's probably been the story of most of his career. I mean, he's made a couple of quarters. I think he's made a semi as well of a Grand Slam. But he's one of those players that I think definitely was affected by this generation of kind of goats, because I feel like he would be more confident going forward and potentially winning a Grand Slam, but he just hasn't quite had enough to win one but he's got the ability. I think it's more the mental side of things and the consistency. He has all the tools really to win a major tournament. I don't see why not. He's a very good stroke maker, pretty good on the net as well. Serve is okay as well. So for me, it's just more, can he piece it all together for a couple of weeks, and he struggles to do so. But yeah, that's my view on him. Let me know what you guys think. 3-4 to Nadal here in the second set. So still serving. Right, here we go. Nadal going out wide to the Medvedev forehand, then crunching the forehand cross court. Schwartzman somehow manages to get that back on the backhand with unbelievable defense. Nadal puts away the overhead, so 40-30. Kumar Talasara, I hope I'm not butchering your name. Says that, do you see any possibility of Medvedev doing well at Wimbledon and taking the number one from Novak? Yeah, I actually do, and you know what is funny, but I think if he can just solve how to move on the grass, because that's the biggest. Moving on the grass is the biggest issue for players who don't grow up in the UK playing or have not grown up playing on grass a lot. That to me is the biggest thing. Is Nadal apps somehow finds this ridiculous angle on the backhand side and holds a 4-0 into the business end. So I think if he can just solve the issue, which is the weirdness of moving on grass, if he can really piece that together, then I think he can do well because his game is kind of suited in a way. He's got a very big serve. Has Medvedev. He's also he hits the ball pretty flat over the net, so he'll skid off the surface quickly. Grass does that, and he likes to slice as well a lot. So, like his game for me, I think is actually quite suited to the grass. To be honest with you, yes, maybe he doesn't serve volley a lot and come to the net a lot, but Wimbledon has become a bit different. I don't think serve volleying is as important as maybe it once used to be. You don't need to be a serve volley player to win at Wimbledon. Hence, Nadal winning, Djokovic winning, for example, in the past. So, yeah, I think he can do well. Whether he can take the number one from Novak, that also depends on Novak obviously not doing well at Wimbledon because he's got points to defend there. I mean, Novak goes into like the favourite. I think if Novak doesn't win, and Medvedev obviously gets to the quarters or semis, then yeah, of course. I think if he made it the final here, he would have gone to number one. I think so. Yeah, and there's a chance. Nadal just trying to survive in this rally here, to be honest with you, but cannot as Schwartzman just puts away the lob backhand from Rafa Nadal and 15 all on his service game. So a really important point there because we could have gone to love 30 on his service game, which would have been a bit of a nightmare for the Argentinian to then try and wrestle back some of that, some of those points, and especially at 4-all, business end of the set. Don't want to be in those positions. Right, 15 all here for the Argentinian. Goes out wide to Nadal's backhand, but misses that serve. So a second serve for Rafa to have a look at. He's going to want to capitalize it big time. Does try to go into out with the forehand. Not huge though, but good depth on it. And then goes again. This time, I think that's out though. Yes, it is. Tries to go inside down the line on the forehand side, Nadal, and misses that one, that's a pretty bad miss as well. An opportunity, I think, missed as well. Right, we've got a couple of questions here. Let's have a look, or a couple of comments even. Alex says, yeah, Dimitrov's record against the big three is something like 3 wins and 30 losses. But he's not the only one with that sort of record against them. He did beat Federer at the 2019 US Open quarterfinals, though. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad player at all. I think he's a very good player. I think it's more just a mental thing and consistency, and especially as a lot of the time you need to beat 2 of these guys to win a Grand Slam. It's not easy, right? Like you can beat one of them, and the next thing you know, say he beat Federer in that quarters. I think did he play Djokovic in the semis and lose? Like that's what I mean. Like it's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. And you probably just think, like, what am I supposed to do? Like why can I not have an easier run? And the issue is because these guys do not really go out early. Like for the most part, they will make a quarter or they'll make a semi at least. They'll make a semi as well. Sorry. And then one of them will be in the final most likely. So it's crazy. Oh, Schwartzman, too good there. Crunching forehand down the line after a pretty passive rally from both. And 5-4. And Nadal serving to stay in the match. Right. Obviously, Djokovic Berrettini, obviously, later on as well. I'm just thinking, Zverev Tsitsipas, which is on Friday, that's going to be an absolute cracker, you know. I think that's going to be great. I think it'll be better than Medvedev versus Tsitsipas because I think Zverev, again, kind of likes Tsitsipas. Enjoys playing on the clay. I mean, he won in Monte Carlo. He won the Masters tournament in Monte Carlo. Tsitsipas won in Monaco, so they've won one Masters tournament apiece in the clay court swing. So, yeah, it should be a pretty damn good matchup. And obviously, if Nadal and Djokovic both come through their matches, then Nadal versus Djokovic in the semi-final, which would be, I think that's everyone's dream, isn't it? Just to watch them play over and over again. No, I don't know. I don't know if it is, but they always bring up some very, very good points and passages of play, of course, because they're both two of the GOATs. Now, can Nadal hold? Maybe wrap it up. Then maybe wrap up the third set in 20 minutes. I mean, that's my ideal scenario. No, I don't know. Well, as an Nadal fan, that's ideal. That's an ideal scenario. But yeah, let's see. Spaniard just skipping off the baseline and ready to serve to survive in this set at 5-4 down and still on serve. So really important he gets his first serves in here and also make sure his 1+ shot's good. Let's see. Right, Rafa just gearing up and then this time goes down the tee or tries to the Schwartzman backhand and misses it. Alex says we could be heading to tiebreaker. Yeah, I agree. I think we could be. Let's see though. Second serve for Schwartzman to have a look at, and again to the backhand side, and Nadal goes with his own backhand as well cross court. Schwartzman goes down the line, and Nadal then goes cross court with his own forehand. A good depth though from Nadal, but Schwartzman really utilising that shorter backhand cross court, trying to make it awkward for Nadal at the angle. Then Nadal crunches the backhand down the line. Nadal again, this time a bit loopier, and Schwartzman is actually in the rally here. He's controlling the rally as he comes to the net, and it's another smash for Schwartzman. Nadal gets across. Oh my god, what a point. I have to gather my breath there. What a point. Seriously, unbelievable. I want to see how many shots that was, and how did Nadal survive in this rally? Because Schwartzman was at the net, then the smash is actually a very good smash. Nadal reads it, gets across, and just somehow manages to curve that ball round the net and into the open play for a winner and passing shot. And there is the really classic Nadal. Yeah, come on, I'm the best. No, he doesn't say I'm the best, but you can tell he's just so pumped. He's like, that was sick. I'm great. And that's exactly what he's just done there. Longest rally, 25 shots, and Nadal's won that one. So impressive stuff from the Spaniard. This time goes out wide to the Schwartzman backhand. Schwartzman goes cross court at an angle. Nadal obliges and goes cross court himself at an angle. And Schwartzman can only put the backhand to the net. So that extra little bit of bounce from Nadal on that side because of the clay. And not just because of the clay, but because of the weather as well. And the ball's bouncing a lot more in the heat means it's just even harder for Schwartzman, who's already short. So it's a nightmare. Alex says there are some plays that only Nadal can produce 100%. 100%. I mean, it's just, especially being a lefty as well, because obviously he's the only lefty out of the three kind of three GOATs that are still playing right now. So he has certain plays that are quite different because he has that advantage of being a left-hander. Whereas right-handers, you know, they play loads of right-handers. And Nadal, man, he serves a double fault at 30 love up after just. So he's just completely worn himself out for a 25 shot rally to win it, only to serve a double fault and completely cancel out. Classic, absolute classic. Classic from the Spaniard, and it's something that he does need to work on clearly, because it's not. It hasn't been horrendous today, but it still hasn't been amazing. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, if this happens in important points, which it can do against like a Djokovic, for example, you're in big trouble. Big trouble. Nadal this time trying to go out wide again. That chooses the body of Schwartzman. That typical lefty serve. Now we're into a rally and a couple of passive strokes from both, really. Neither really taking the full initiative, but not, well, Nadal tries to there. He tries to eventually, tries to go big with the forehand down the line, misses it by quite a bit and goes wide. So 30 all here. And Nadal under a little bit of pressure for sure. Needs a big first serve here, you would think, to really just settle down his nerves a little bit here. Because even he will have nerves at certain points in matches, and this is one of them, I think, at 4-5 down and 30 all on his service game. Big point. Will Schwartzman open up a break point, or will Nadal manage to nip in front and get a game point? Good serve, then comes forward. Nadal is just off the baseline here, and really taking the ball early, trying to give Schwartzman as little time as possible. Schwartzman doing actually really well with the. Oh no, he's gone long. Nadal's gone long with that forehand. I thought it was in. I thought it was in, but it's gone out. So it's a break point and set point opportunity for Diego Schwartzman. This is huge. And it's come out of nowhere after we were just cruising along. We were cruising along. Schwartzman had broken Nadal. Nadal broke him back, and then it was still on serve. But now at 4-5 and on serve, we have a break point and set point opportunity for the Argentinian. He's hoping second serve, please, second serve. That's what he's probably hoping. But to be honest, he's been returning the first serves pretty well back as well. Nadal, let's see, does he go with the classic? I'm going to go out wide with the lefty serve, or is he going to go down the tee on the ad side? Let's have a look. Goes down the tee. Interesting, to the Schwartzman forehand. Then a drop shot, but that's not a particularly good drop shot for Nadal. Then it's a, oh no. Schwartzman breaks and takes the set. That was quite a poor play from Nadal, actually. I was surprised he went with the drop shot. The drop shot was not very good. Schwartzman then comes to the net, hits the backhand cross court, and Nadal goes long. So he's just taken a set off Nadal at the French Open. Big boy stuff. Just being honest. Big boy stuff from the Argentinian for sure. That's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. But impressive to at the same time, like really impressive from the Argentinian. I'm impressed in the way that he has just dealt with adversity. Like, obviously lost the first set after playing pretty well, and then the second set was a break up, got broken back, but then just said, you know what, I'm gonna bring up opportunities here. And next thing you know, brings up one breakpoint opportunity and takes it straight away and takes a set. He genuinely just stole the set off Nadal there. That was a steal, but a very good one. And it says, wow, that's the advantage of serving first, though. A break point can also be a set point. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. You're serving first, and you manage to then get in front. So it definitely helps. And now he'll be serving again first in the third set. But look, I mean, that's not the reason why he's won that set. Obviously, it's Nadal just playing not as well as Schwartzman in that set. It just is what it is, unfortunately. But let's see if Nadal, like Schwartzman, dusts himself off and then comes again. I'm sure he will do. And whether Schwartzman can really keep up at this level, because this level's been pretty high for the first two sets here. And we could be in for a very interesting third set, especially if both continue to play at that high level that we expect. Right, so we're in between sets as well. So thank you very much, guys, though, for tuning in. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really does help the channel to grow. I know a lot of you have already subscribed, but please do also like the video and click the notification bell as well to get alerted to all the new videos. Thank you very much. Right, so let's see how this goes then, eh? I'm very much looking forward to this third set, to be honest with you. So having a look at the, should we have a look at the stats actually for the set? We probably should, shouldn't we? Shall we? Yeah, go on. Go on, why not, eh? Should we just look at the, let's look at the set, not the match. Right, so 1 ace for Schwartzman, none for Nadal, 1 double fault, classic Nadal. 59% first serve percentage in, 62% for Schwartzman. Now this is interesting. First serve percentage of points 1, 69% for Nadal, 56 for Schwartzman. But this is what's telling. 45% of second serve points won, 80% for the Argentinian. So obviously doing really well behind that that second serve. Really impressive. And then winners 10 for Schwartzman and 10 unforced errors, 6 for Nadal, 10 unforced errors for him. So yeah, not the best set from Nadal that you'll see, and that's why he's ended up losing it. Definitely some loose, and it's those couple of games where he fell asleep. I'm telling you, bit him in the backside because yeah, he brought it back, but the amount of energy expended on that as well, and it just made it really difficult for himself. I think. So not surprised that he's lost that set, if I'm being honest with you. But let's see. I'm still thinking Nadal in 4, but you never know. Schwartzman goes down the tee to the Nadal backhand, but then misses his own backhand down the line, trying to shape it down the line, and unfortunately swerves it wide with the angle. So interesting stuff here from not just Nadal, but from Schwartzman especially. I think he's just been extremely impressive for the most part, as he then goes or tries to go into out with the forehand, and it's 30-15 up. Impressive. Very impressive stuff from the Argentinian. What do you guys think? Do you think Schwartzman can win this match? Do you back him to win this match now? I mean, he's just taking the set. Is the momentum with him? Is he going to take the set? That's the biggest question, isn't it? I mean, he could do. Is he going to go 2-1 up, and then next thing you know, we're into a 4th set, and Nadal's 2 sets to 1 down. Could happen. Could happen. Would be surprising, but it could definitely happen. In the way that Schwartzman's playing, Nadal, unfortunately, gets unfortunate with the forehand clipping the net. Sakaya, thank you very much for tuning in. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Says Nadal in the mud. You love to see it. Oh no, don't say that's my boy. I'm a Nadal fan, but obviously Sakai is happy that Nadal's in the mud. Maybe Djokovic or Federer fan, or just not a fan of Nadal, maybe, or just like seeing Nadal losing. Who knows? But yeah, 1 set all here, and yeah, I mean, to be honest, he definitely in the mud a little bit. Unfortunately, he's definitely getting wet, that's for sure. And it's a question of, can he swim to shore, or can he? I don't know. Can he swim to shore, or is he going to drown? And you would expect him to swim to shore because he's just so good. I mean, he's only lost 2 matches here at the French Open, as I'm sure everyone's sick of hearing. But let's see. Sakai says Raonic fan here. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. There's quite a few Raonic fans, aren't there, on around just on YouTube and stuff. It's interesting actually. Quite a good following. I wonder where that comes from. Alex BG1 says, if you're a Schwartzman fan, I guess you hope he holds all his service games. Yeah, I mean, if he just holds all his if he holds all his service games, is it bold to say he'll win? No, I don't know actually. I think it's not bold to say he'll win because I think Nadal will give him opportunities on his serve. So I think he would. I think he would actually. And in fact, sorry, he definitely would because Nadal slaps that forehand long. What is he doing? Sort it out, Nadal. Come on, buddy. Sky says, remember 2018, wasn't Diego like 2 sets up before Nadal forced again to be suspended? Yeah, I think he was up. He was up, and then Nadal came back, and yeah, he was suspended because they were playing quite late or something, bad light, and they came back the next day, and yeah, Nadal just trounced him. So yeah, I mean, he's a good player, man. I mean, there's definitely no doubt about that. I think he definitely gives Nadal problems, but you'd expect Nadal to come through. Last year, you played him and did very well against him. Oh, this time goes wide with the backhand Nadal, and his feet. He just doesn't seem to be moving as well as he normally does. He's kind of getting tangled in positions where you wouldn't expect him to, like his feet being crossed over when he's hitting the backhand, etc. Just doesn't quite look 100% there. Needs to bring it back because Schwartzman is being relentless here, and he needs to match him and up his game here. Rafa, he's too passive for my liking and too erratic with the shots. Good serve out wide though, comes to the net. Good drive volley. Schwartzman there. I can't believe he's got that though. Unbelievable by Schwartzman. Good smash from Nadal. I think Schwartzman's got that smash back. Oh no, he hasn't. Goes just long. Very, very interesting from Nadal. And from Schwartzman, to be honest with you, because Schwartzman seems to be getting everything back, and Nadal's probably thinking, this is the worst possible time for me to be trying to retrieve everything because I'm not in the best of form in this period of time, in this, not just this set, but in this match. Right, 30 all here. And, here we go. Very good into our backhand. Sorry, into our forehand even. Into our backhand. Imagine someone played into our backhand, eh? Crazy. Anyway, 40-30 to Nadal here. Much better stuff from the Spaniard. Really good forehand into out. And he opens up game point, and really important for him to hold here because he's just not looked himself in the last few games here. Yeah. Sakai says was shocked that Tsitsipas won in straight sets. I wasn't shocked. Was I? No, actually, I wasn't. I think I was a little bit surprised, but not hugely. Yeah, not hugely though, to be fair. Right, okay, so let's have a look. Alex says, what tennis tournament have you been to? I've been to the Brisbane International. That's cool. And he goes, and Australian Open several times. I've been to Wimbledon a couple of times and also been to the ATP World Tour Finals. And that's it. I haven't been to as many events as I'd like, actually. I'd like to go kind of around the world and go to these events and kind of report from there and do like little interviews with players and all sorts, get media passes, etc. That's kind of what I'd like to do long term. So we'll see what happens. But really, like obviously, you guys supporting really does help because it gives you a better platform to be able to say, you know what, I can do this. I'm capable. Trust me. So subscribing, etc. That's why I say like subscribing really helps. Obviously, liking videos, etc. as well. And just putting yourself out there so that people say, actually, yeah, we trust you to do a good job and actually handle the media part well. So yeah. Right, Nadal going cross court with the backhand, then crunching the forehand down the line, and Schwartzman is doing a pretty good job here. Alex says, have you been to France? I have been to France a couple of times. It's just a train ride these days, isn't it? Yeah, on the Eurostar. I've been a couple of times, but I haven't gone to see the tennis though. So I've been a couple of times, but just haven't gone to Roland Garros though. Right, so 15:30, and Nadal is knocking on the door here, but that's a really good point by Schwartzman. He's just the composure, I think, on Argentina at the moment is what's really impressing me. Actually, I think that's the word that I'm looking for: composure. He just extremely composed in the points, and it's been extremely impressive for me to see how good he's been. That's cool. Sakai says I've been outside Roland Garros. That's cool. That's cool. And they've redone it, haven't they, Philip Chatrier Court, and it looks really nice. So I think it looks awesome. It looks absolutely awesome. It is, yeah. Sakai goes, it's literally 5 minutes away from PSG Stadium. Yeah, I've been to PSG Stadium. As I haven't been inside, but I've been outside there and had a look around and stuff. I went to Paris a couple of years ago with family, but we didn't go to see tennis. Schwartzman just pings that backhand down the line. So he's come from 30-15 down to 40-30 on his service game. You can just feel the confidence exuding from the diminutive Argentinian. He seems like a really funny and nice guy as well, Diego Schwartzman. If you hear his interviews and stuff, he's very down to earth, very relatable, very likable. Alex says, I like traveling on trains much more than buses. Do you know what I like traveling in? My own car. I have to be honest. I think you get spoiled sometimes when you end up having your own car and you just think, I don't want to go on public transport. Let's have a look. So, Nadal's shot's gone wide. So I think Schwartzman has taken that service game. And we are at 2-1. Yeah, there we go. Updating the scoreboard. 2-1. Nadal had an opportunity there. I think it's hard to say he wasted it because I think Schwartzman just served and then played really well in the end. But Nadal just doesn't have the match by the scruff of the neck here like he normally would do. Let's see. Sakai says Diego holds. Sakai says, man, I hate ITV4 coverage. You can watch it on Eurosport if you've got Eurosport. So I'm watching on Eurosport in the UK. So I'm assuming you're from the UK, Sakai, which is cool. Same as you can probably tell by the accent. But yeah, you can watch it on Eurosport or the Eurosport Player. But I think the Eurosport Player you need to pay like $1.99 a month, and it's ad free. But I've just got Eurosport, so just watch that. I'd prefer Eurosport's coverage to ITV4's. This guy says prefer Wimbledon on the BBC. Yeah, Wimbledon on the BBC is good. He goes, Alex says, good job by Diego so far. Is there a crowd, by the way? I don't have the stream. Yeah, there is. There is a crowd. It's not a full crowd, as you'd expect, but it is a crowd. So I think it's just the evening games they don't have a crowd. I think either because of curfew, etc. They had that in Australian Open, didn't they, as well? So like Medvedev Tsitsipas, there was like a lot of they were really, really annoyed about that because Medvedev Tsitsipas obviously was the marquee quarterfinal, and it was in the evening, which means no crowd. And basically, they were saying that they sold out to Amazon because in France it was on Amazon. That meant, the evening games I think are on Amazon in France, and so they sold the rights to that to Amazon, and obviously that meant no crowd. But they were saying, "Oh, that match deserved a crowd," which I can kind of understand. Medvedev made a bit of a deal of it after, not saying that's the reason he lost. He just was like, they've kind of sold themselves out. And to be fair, he's not wrong. So yeah, but yeah, crowd for this match though. Nadal will always have a crowd, I guess. So that's probably why. I say that, but no, he will. Even the semi-finals now, he will, won't he? Because they'll have the semi-finals earlier because they'll start them earlier now. So I think that's 15 love to Nadal, and he's on the ad side, and it's a second serve for the Argentinians. Have a look at. Guys in the chat as well, we have quite a few people in the chat, and I cannot see you guys liking the video. Please, if you would like the video, it really does help the channel. Thank you very much, and also get this video out there as well, so we can get more people in the chat, which is even better. Good shot from Nadal cross court. Really good though from Schwartzman, backhand, and crunches the forehand after a shorter ball from Rafa Nadal. So Schwartzman has got his tail up, and he looks sharp, man. He's looking very, very sharp. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Has to be said. This guy says, Nadal actually vexes me. Why does he get away with constantly taking his time between serves? There's a shot clock. So he doesn't. He got time violation at the start of the second set because he took too long. So, I mean, look, as long as you're within the shot clock, I don't think it matters. But yeah, I mean, in the past, he has been told he plays slowly, but that's why they introduced the shot clock. Alex BG1 says, I worked at the Australian Open this year. That's cool. That's really cool. Nice one. Because we had limited crowd numbers and there was a 5-day lockdown halfway through the tournament because one hotel worker tested positive. Yeah, I remember. He goes, I didn't get any more work at the tennis after that. Oh, sucks. I remember hearing about that, yeah. Because I covered the Australian Open as well. Really sad, actually, isn't it? That happened as well because obviously they had crowds in, and although they had a lot of crowds in, and I know it was limited, but it didn't look too limited, if that makes sense. Right, 40-15 here, and Nadal comes forward to the net after a very good serve. Schwartzman is getting these smashes back. How the heck is he doing that? But really, really good. Puts it away. Sakai says he also does it when his opponent serves. Sakai, he needs to sort out his wedgie. First, he needs to clean the line, sort out his wedgie, then make sure that he sorts out his hair. Okay, make sure his headband's on properly. Yeah, make sure his shorts are in place, and then he's in the right crouching position. Come on. What is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask? This guy saying, I remember Kyrgios complaining, played to the speed of the server. Yeah, I know. I don't know. But I don't think it gives an edge. If I'm being honest with you, I know it might hurt people potentially, but and I know there's small margins and stuff, but I don't see how it can affect the outcome of a match. If I'm being honest with you. Alex B. John says that the shorts and the bottles are never sorted out, lol. Mate, he's sorting out his wedgie permanently. Oh, what a drop shot from Schwartzman. Whoa! That's unbelievable. So it's a serve down the tee by Schwartzman, and then a pretty decent return from Nadal down the middle on the backhand side. And Schwartzman just opens up on the forehand side and just cuts across the ball with a beautiful drop shot. Absolutely crazy. Sakai says, what a shot. Unbelievable shot, mate. Well, I say mate. Well, make him be a dad or a guy or whatever you identify as, to be fair, so that's fine. I stick by it. 40 love for Schwartzman and goes out wide, tries to go out wide with the serve and nets that, but doesn't matter because 40 love up. He's going to hold comfortably here, it looks like. Oh, Schwartzman is just, I don't know, he's playing with swagger here. He really is. He's a very likable guy. I think the biggest issue I have is actually, even though I absolutely love Nadal and obviously I want him to win his 14th French Open, 21st Grand Slam, get in front of Roger Federer, blah, blah, etc. No, I don't mind someone like Schwartzman winning against Nadal, but the issue I have is that in the race then for Grand Slams, Djokovic, so Schwartzman is like tailor-made for Djokovic, I think. I feel like he's tailor-made for Djokovic in the way that he plays. I feel like Djokovic would blitz him. So then I'm like, no, I don't want that to happen. And I feel like Djokovic probably would beat Tsitsipas in the final or Zverev in the final. And then that means that someone's close. If it's a new winner, I don't actually mind that, to be honest with you. But obviously, my preference is Nadal. Sakea says, will Serena win another Grand Slam? It's a really tough one, because she obviously has got, after having a baby, by the way, it's unbelievable the level of tennis that she was playing straight after. And then I don't know, she's got to a few finals and just hasn't quite worked out for her. I'm not sure. She hasn't won one in a few years now, kind of similar to Federer, right? I think Wimbledon's her best chance. Like Federer, it's her best chance. But the girls around her are getting better, and she is slowly deteriorating in terms of her movement. The power is still there, and I think it will always be there. and its explosive power off the serve, off both ground, off both wings, even sorry. But it's the movement, and it's not like she does. It's not like she moves badly. It's just she doesn't move as well as some of the best movers in the game now, and that makes a huge difference. But at Wimbledon, with the ball pinging off the surface, it's a quick surface. It stays lower than obviously it does at the French. It doesn't absorb the power of shots. It really kind of gives you value for power for power. Sorry, even of the grass. So that's the best chance. It's a difficult question. I would, if I had to give a prediction, shotgun to the head, I'd say no. But in saying that, I would not put it past her, because if anyone is going to do it, it's going to be Serena Williams. And like Murray says, like, she has a claim to be like one of the greatest players of all time, not just in the women's game, but in tennis in general. Sky says Nadal's choking. Sky, allow it. Why do you hate Nadal so much? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, Sky? Come on. Come on. give him a bit of love. But yeah, he's not playing particularly well at the moment. Right, so Nadal here at 2-3 and love 15 down his service game. Schwartzman is just, he's there, man. He's there, and he just keeps on saying, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And you're not getting rid of me easily. Alex says, Schwartzman, in my opinion, has done incredibly well to reach the top 10. For someone who's not tall and used to hang around the top 30 to 50 most of the time, he really has, because being short in tennis is a pretty big disadvantage for the most part. In terms of movement, obviously, it's helpful, but nowadays, like, all the big guys can move. Like, look at Zverev, look at Tsitsipas, look at Medvedev. They're all like 6'3" or more, and they all move well. So, and I think the biggest issue is his serve. Like, he doesn't have a huge serve, but he's definitely improved his ground strokes in the sense that, like, here at the moment, Nadal's trying to get the ball to kick up as high as possible, and Schwartzman's getting over the ball, and he's really good at doing that. I think he's adapted his game really well, and he's found different nuances to his game. Like, he has a shorter backhand cross court, which drags the opponent out, and he knows that, look, I'm shorter, so I'm not going to get the ball to kind of rear up as much. So, okay, let's try and use that to my advantage. Same with the serve as well. Serve out wide on the juice side. Again, doesn't get as much bounce because he's smaller. So uses that kind of slice serve out wide, and it almost dies on the opponents and really drags them out, and he gets some free points from that as well. As Nadal goes with an unbelievable drop shot. What the heck? Now, we need more of that, right? Because Nadal has not really been pulling off these types of shots, but he's pulled off an unreal drop shot, similar to the Schwartzman one earlier, actually, that we were purring over, because that is incredible from Rafa Nadal. So 30 all here and 2-3 on Nadal's serve. I don't know. This is it's an interesting one. Guys in the chat, though, please do remember to like this video. It really does help the channel to grow and get this channel out there. I really do appreciate it. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already. Again, I know a lot of you have, but again, it does help the channel to grow. Thank you very much. Nadal in the rally here, a number of backhands, and then Schwartzman opens up with a forehand, clips the net cord, but doesn't go over. A bit of fortune, probably for Nadal there, to be honest with you, has to be said, because if that's looping over, then he's having to save a break point there. But also, it would have been fortunate if it had gone over for Schwartzman, of course. Schwartzman, you can see the look on his face. He's like, "Oh, you lick! Come on, just get over there, get over." And I know how he feels. I know how he feels. Once that little slice of luck to really help him, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets it here. But 40-30 up here, and Nadal. Wow. Well, there we go. Just goes big with the serve out wide, the typical lefty serve on the ad side, and dragging Schwartzman out, and gets the ace 3 all here. And Nadal is weathering the storm here. Has to be said. It's just interesting to see whether Schwartzman can keep up this level for a large period of time, because so far so good for the Argentinian, and the game plan's been pretty good, and he is definitely competing, and he's not falling behind in any sense. Alex says he might be around the same height as David Ferrer, who was world number 5 for maybe 6 to 7 years. I think he's slightly shorter, actually. Could be wrong. I think David Ferrer was like 5'8", 5'9". Well, I think Diego Schwartzman is like 5'5", 5'6". I think he's quite substantially shorter. I could be wrong. Schwartzman goes out wide with the serve on the juice side, and Nadal nets the backhand. Happens, I guess. But you can tell his face is like, what's going on? Come on, what am I doing with myself? Netting that backhand. And he wants to try and get a little bit of a foothold in this return game, and tries to go down the line with the backhand. And they say out. I thought that was in. What's going on? Me? That backhand looked well in, but no, apparently not. Okay, fair enough. 30 love to Schwartzman. I thought that down the line looked very much in, to be fair. Very, very surprising, but okay. What that? This time, whoa, hello. Little ace there from Schwartzman as well. He's turning on. 40 love up here. 40 love up, and that's impressive from the Argentinian. Very, very impressive. This time goes out wide to forehand of Nadal, but misses that first serve. So second serve for Nadal to have a look at. On the backhand side, goes down the tee with a second serve. Nadal goes down the line with his own backhand, then down the line again with the forehand, and goes shorter with the forehand cross court. Schwartzman goes cross court with his own backhand, and then a very, very, very heavy topspin forehand cross court by Schwartzman, deep, and Nadal can only net the backhand. So this has been extremely, extremely impressive from the Argentinian, and he's continuing to give Nadal fits, really, unfortunately, and that's just the way it is. And he's just making it extremely hard for Nadal to get a foothold back into this game. Nadal had the momentum, and then it was whisked away from him after that second set. And Schwartzman is saying, I'm not giving you a kind of any leeway here. I'm going to keep on pummeling you mentally and physically until I win, really. And to be honest with you, he's doing a damn good job at the moment. He really is. Right, okay, so Alex says, yeah, you're right. Schwartzman is 1.7 meters and Ferrer is 1.75 meters. Yeah, so is that a big, oh, that is quite a big difference, isn't it? That's quite a big difference, actually. But yeah, I mean, both obviously pretty short, but Schwartzman especially short as well. Guys, okay, we're in between games and we have over 34 people in this chat. So please can you remember to smash the like button. Really does help the channel to grow. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. I know you're probably sick of me saying it, but it does help the channel to grow. It really does, and get this video out there as well for more people to see. And also subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already. I know a lot of you have, so appreciate it. And I appreciate those who have liked the video as well already as well. And click the notification bell as well to get alerts to all the new videos and streams as well coming out. Okay, so this is an interesting one, isn't it? Because Schwartzman is actually serving pretty well here. And that's one of the biggest things for me that you would have a worry about Schwartzman coming into this match, because Nadal's a good returner, obviously, one of the best returners of all time. But Schwartzman isn't renowned for having a fantastic serve, and actually gets broken a fair bit. Now, he's done a lot better in the second and third set on the serve, and the ground strokes have been really impressive. I mean, a lot of penetration on the forehand, especially the into-out forehand, and the cross court. On the backhand side is very reliable as well. So he is not making many mistakes, and he's playing proactively in the rallies and actually dictating it at times. And that is making it extremely hard for Rafa to get a foothold in the game and start to kind of run away with some points and have a period where he's got a lot of momentum. So Schwartzman doing a really good job here. And Nadal 30 love up, though, after a very good serve out wide there. The typical lefty serve, as we like to say, going to the backhand or the right-hander, and 30 love up here. He'll be hoping for very comfortable hold so that he's able to just really, really hammer away at Schwartzman in the return game. But let's see. 3Zeus24 says Nadal makes a lot of mistakes because most of the balls coming from Schwartzman are low. Yeah, he did say that he doesn't enjoy the ball coming low from Schwartzman, does he? Which is why he said returning actually his serve is a bit of a nightmare because Nadal won't come forward that much for the return because he likes returning so far back. So he has to return it from a lower point of contact, which I think does bug him. I know he mentioned it before this match. Oh, really good shot from Nadal down the line, but unbelievable defensive capabilities here from Schwartzman. He's just hanging in this rally, and I don't know how. Nadal was just throwing everything at him. What? Oh my! And then just goes, you know what? I'm going to throw the kitchen sink at you. And he runs around the backhand almost off the court and just crunches this forehand into out down the line. What the heck? I mean, Schwartzman, though, how he got some of those balls, I have no idea. But yeah, I think you're right, 3Z's 100% about that point. I think that definitely is playing a part. But in saying that, Nadal's played Schwartzman a few times now, so it should be something that he's used to. And I look, as someone who is the best clay court player ever, it shouldn't be a huge factor in determining this match. So I think I've got to give a lot of credit to Schwartzman in the way that he's playing, but also I think Nadal needs to adapt better, and he's probably not doing it like he should be. But Nadal crunches the forehand down the line into out. That's unbelievable from the Spaniard. And 4 games all, so that's better. He's got his tail up a little bit there. Bit of momentum back in his court, and Schwartzman now serving in the business end of this set at 4 games all. Can he hold his serve? Because this is where if you get broken, obviously you're screwed. So Schwartzman's been doing really well. So he's not going to make it easy for Nadal, I don't think. Alex says, who's taller, Nadal or Federer? Is this a trivia question or are you seriously asking me? I'm pretty sure they are a similar height. I'm pretty sure they're 6'1". Both of them. Could be wrong. Let me know. Schwartzman tries to go out wide with the first serve, but misses it. So second serve for Rafa to have a look at. This time goes out wide to the backhand side. Nadal crunches that backhand and then goes cross court with the forehand. Schwartzman tries to go down the line, misses it though. So Nadal already with a slight, here we go, 15 love up on Schwartzman's serve. Slight little inroad there makes a difference. Player, thank you very much for tuning in, mate. Really appreciate it. Guys in the chat, please do remember to like this video. I really do appreciate it. It helps this channel to grow and also get this video out there. We've got quite a few people in here, over 50 people. Let's keep it going. So Nadal and Schwartzman are pretty good, but they can't mess with Stefanos, Tsitsipas, and Djokovic at this point. Oh, you think so? Okay. That's interesting. Obviously, I'm a Nadal fan, so I would disagree. But in saying that, Tsitsipas looked unbelievable yesterday, though, to be fair. I definitely back him against Zverev. And Djokovic definitely has a chance against Nadal if Nadal manages to get through this. So it's definitely not beyond the realms of possibility that we see a Djokovic-Tsitsipas final. I would more lean towards a Nadal-Tsitsipas final as Nadal crunches that forehand down the line. Wow. Just slightly shorter by Schwartzman there on the backhand cross court, and Nadal comes in and crunches forehand down the line like an absolute rocket. And he's turned it on here, and this is what I think, for the most part, differentiates the top players, the GOATs like the Djokovic's, the Federers, the Nadals in the big matches. They turn it on when it matters in the big points, and that's what Nadal's doing right now. But let's see, it's still a long way to go in this. 30 love up, though, on Schwartzman's serve. Leo Jeffrey says, Vamos, Rafa. Yeah, Vamos indeed. Goes cross court. Schwartzman, though, really good cross court. Another fantastic cross court by the Argentinian. And wrong foots Rafa Nadal and gets the winner there. Really impressive stuff from the Argentinian. Player says, Djokovic versus Tsitsipas, Roland Garros final. Mark my words. Okay. I'm going to hold you to that. 100%. I'm going to hold you to that. But let's see. I mean, you could be right. I think Tsitsipas, I predicted it would be Tsitsipas and Nadal. So I agree with half of you on that. Let's see whether Djokovic can do it. But I wouldn't be surprised. It wouldn't be a huge shock to me at all. Alex says, you're correct. Both are 1.85 meters, which I think is 6'1". So yeah. Oh, Schwartzman gets a bit unlucky there. Because Nadal crunches that forehand cross court, and Schwartzman tries to go cross court with his own backhand, clips the top of the net and goes out. Sakai says, like the video, guys, in capital letters. So please do like the video. Sakai's going to come and get you. Thank you, Sakai. Sakai says, Nadal has turned on beast mode. He has. Oh, here we go. Oh, clips the top of the net and goes out. Schwartzman, second serve. Nadal has a chance here to break. This is a huge point. Loopy kind of backhand down the line from Nadal on the return. Then runs around it onto the forehand side, but too short from Nadal here. And Schwartzman is definitely in this rally, and he is, and I knew it. Crunches that backhand cross court. Not enough depth on the shots from Nadal, and he wastes one break point there. So, one breakpoint save from Schwartzman. Can he save another? Player says, dude, I wouldn't be surprised if Tsitsipas and Sakari won Roland Garros this year. The Greeks are back. You know what? Sakari played unbelievable today against Swiatek, and I definitely think after that performance, she's going to win it. I 100% think that. Genuinely, 100% think that. So I agree with Sakari, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tsitsipas wins it either. Tsitsipas looked incredible against... he looked absolutely incredible against Medvedev. All right, here we go. This is a huge point here. Oh, come on, Nadal. Stretching there to the drop shot. Schwartzman. Oh, no, Schwartzman's getting everything back. Has he just lobbed him? Has he lobbed him? No, he's missed it. Oh, he's missed it. What a point, by the way. Very unlucky for Schwartzman. Wow. And Nadal gets the break. This is what I mean. The big points, the big players come up and they turn on beast mode, as Sakai said. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Tsitsipas wins it because he just looks good. And he goes, player, they're coming back with vengeance. He's saying the Greek players. Alex BG1 says, no Greek woman has ever won a slam. That'd be great to see one win one, wouldn't it? That'd be amazing. Did you know that no Italian man has ever won a slam? Isn't that crazy to think? No Italian man has ever won a slam. Says, not sure about the men's. I don't think a Greek man ever has. I think Bagdatis was the closest. Wait, is he from Greece? No, he's from Cyprus, isn't he? No, Marcos Bagdatis. Am I? Yeah, sorry, he's Cypriot. He's not Greek. Has a Greek player ever won a Grand Slam? I don't think so. It's a really good question, you know. Very good question. Right, whilst we have this break, by the way, because we have over 60 people in the chat, so as Sakai said, please remember to smash the like button, read us help, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Again, read us help the channel to grow, and also keeps you updated with all the videos coming out and streams, etc. 3Zeus24 says, Vamos, and he goes, no, it's out. Okay, yeah, it was out. Player says, I can confirm no Greek woman or man has ever won a Grand Slam. But that is Greek, that's right, Cypriots are Greeks. But isn't Cyprus a different country, though? Hasn't it broken off from Greece? My geography is not the best, so I could be wrong. But yeah. That's really interesting, isn't it? It'll be great. It'll be great to see that, to be honest with you. I think even if one of them wins, I mean, you know, maybe Sakari wins it and Nadal wins the French Open, gets 21 slams, maybe 14 French Open. I'm joking. I mean, that's what I'm hoping for. But you know what? If I get some good tennis, I don't mind. Fantastic into-out forehand by Rafa Nadal. Absolutely crunches it. Alex BG1 says it's a bit like Pakistan India. Is it? Pakistan and India are two separate countries. Greece and Cyprus are two different countries. I don't know, man. Anyway, 15 love and Rafa Nadal. Oh, okay, interesting. Nadal goes out wide to the backhand, and that's out from Schwartzman. So 30 love up. Player says not really. India and Pakistan are sworn enemies. I wouldn't say we're sworn. I'm actually originally from Pakistan. I was born in the UK though. I wouldn't say we're. I mean, I've got a lot of Indian friends. I wouldn't say we're sworn enemies, but the governments do not get on. Let's say that. Greece and Cyprus. So okay, so they are two different countries, but they want to unite. Okay, interesting. So 30 love up here to Nadal, and Nadal tries to go down the tee to the backhand side of Schwartzman. He's serving for the set here. Very good start at 30 love. And can the can the Spaniard get through this unscathed now in this service game? Let's see. He normally makes a meal of it at times. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a double fault. Even being a Nadal fan, I just wouldn't be surprised. But in saying that, he's turned it on and he is in beast mode because he's crunched that forehand into an oblivion. The ball is just on fire as it goes past Schwartzman, and it's probably just gone straight through the advertising boards and into the changing rooms. I'm just assuming the changing rooms are on that side because it sounds better. 40 love up for Rafa Nadal and 5-4 up on his serve. Guys in the chat, we've got loads of people. Please remember to smash the like button. Thank you very much. 40 love up here, Rafa Nadal, and 5-4. And he goes and tries to crunch the serve out wide to the backhand of Schwartzman, but can only put that serve into the net. So a second serve for Schwartzman to have a look at. Schwartzman looks disappointed, He looks pretty down. Has this broken him? Let's see. And yeah, so he can only net the forehand. And here we go. We just saw, that's a classic. We just saw the Vamos from Rafa Nadal there as he takes the third set. And you would assume the momentum with Nadal, but in saying that, Schwartzman did really well after losing that first set and he came back with vengeance. Can he do so in the fourth set is the big, big question. I would expect Nadal to now have a foothold in this game and go on win the fourth set a bit more comfortably. But in saying that, you never know because Schwartzman looks like he can run for days and he looks unbelievably fit. And I just would not be surprised if we see something incredible from the Argentinian. So let's have a look and see what he can do because it would not be surprising at all for my liking. Right. Whilst we are here, here we go. Alex BG1 says, a player a bit like Czech Republic and Slovakia. He goes, by the way, Tsitsipas is mentally stronger than Sakkari. I'm giving him better odds of winning it at the hole. Oh, really interesting. The good thing with Sakkari is that she overcame difficult opposition already. Yeah, so for me, I give Sakkari a better chance of winning Tsitsipas because obviously Tsitsipas would need to be most likely, although in saying that, I think also he'd beat Zverev, who I think is still a very good player, but I would back Tsitsipas. Then I think he would have to beat Djokovic and Nadal. Now I think that's damn hard. Sakkari would need to be I don't know. I don't think it's too tough. I think it's easier for Sakkari because there's not many seeds left. I mean, is she the highest seed? Pavlyuchenkova's in there. Yeah, I think she's a favorite now. Personally, I mean, who would you think has got a better chance than player maybe? Is the biggest question. Abe Mota says only Rafa. I'm saying it really loudly because he said it in caps, so I have to emphasize the capital letters that Abe has put on. Guys, we've just finished the third set. Let's go through some of the stats. Whilst I'm going through the stats, you know what to do. Smash the like button and click the subscribe button as well if you haven't already. So let's go through set 3, not set 2. Right, so 4 aces for Nadal, 2 for Schwartzman. First serve percentage. Now, this is, I think, a huge difference for Nadal. Now, if we look at set 1 for Nadal, for example, 65%, decent, right? 59% drop, obviously lost that set, then back up to 88%. Now, that is huge. And where's Alex? Because Alex said to me before that, he finds it rare that you have people serving 85% first serve percentages in a set. We've had another one here. It's not super common, but Nadal turned it on in that third set with a serve. 88% of first serves in, and 77% of first serve points won, which is really good. 17 out of 22. To be fair, Schwartzman also had a very good percentage of his first serve points won as well at 74%, and a very decent 76%, which ordinarily, you would have, and it would be a lot better than your opponent. Now, if we have first serve points won, we talked about, but his second serve points won. Look, it's 100%, only 3 second serves, but he's won all 3 of them. 67% for Schwartzman. And then let's look at something that everyone loves to look at, don't they? The winners and unforced errors. 11 winners for Nadal, 8 unforced errors, 9 for Schwartzman, and 6 unforced errors. But if you look at that in comparison to set 2, we have a look. Nadal had 6 winners to 10 unforced errors. And for Schwartzman, 10 winners and 10 unforced errors. So in that third set, we saw a level from both of them that we hadn't seen in the first two sets. So that third set, I think both guys raised their level. Nadal obviously slightly more, especially towards the end, made it count when it mattered. And now we are in a case of, this is so impressive. Look at this. Net points won, 100% for both. Crazy. Now we're in a position now that Nadal will be looking to pull away, and Schwartzman obviously looking to gain back that momentum that he'd lost. So let's see. Right, okay. Player says, Alex, not exactly. They are even closer than that. They used to be a single state for thousands of years until the Crusaders destroyed them. Then the Turks took advantage of the situation. God, this is a great history lesson, and conquered them. And after 400 years of slavery and the Greek Revolution of 1821 versus the Ottoman Empire, the Greeks of mainland Greece and Cyprus are still trying to unite. So for anyone that didn't know, I wanted to know about that situation. The 3 Zeus 24 says, Nadal must be careful in the set because Schwartzman has nothing to lose, so he will play long and short balls and drop shots. Yeah. I think he'll mix it up. That's fair enough. I think he's just going to go for it, right? Right. Schwartzman trying to go down the tee there with the serve, but completely misses it. So we've got a double fault here from Schwartzman first up, which is surprising. 15 love to Rafa Nadal. Alex says player sounds a bit like Bulgaria and Macedonia, mate, but the Macedonia question is the most complex of all, lol. Player says Macedonia is a stolen Greek name, lol. Fair enough. If for anyone that likes their history. Nadal 15 love up on the Schwartzman serve here at the start of this set. Schwartzman, he needs a pretty solid hold here as Nadal goes wide with the backhand cross court. 15-all. Good little serve there. I like it. Right, so 15-all and Schwartzman goes out wide to the Nadal backhand. Very good return on the backhand side from Nadal. Then into our forehand, into the forehand of Schwartzman. Then good backhand as well from Nadal. Better depth than his ground strokes. You can see after that third set, Schwartzman a bit shorter. You can tell that Nadal's pushing him back. I think the biggest difference here is that Schwartzman had very good depth on his ground strokes as well in that second set, which is why then went on to win it. The third set, Nadal towards the back end of it, he started to say, you know what, I'm going to gain control of this. And he started to push Schwartzman back. He started to take more risks, more depth on the ball, hitting through the ball more. And more depth on the ground strokes and hitting through the ball more as well. Really ripping that forehand and getting around it, especially the into out. And as soon as that started firing, Schwartzman was in trouble. But in saying that, Schwartzman has just crunched a forehand. Has he? No, he hasn't. He goes into out with the forehand. I thought he'd get the line, but he hasn't. So already Nadal has 2 break points here. That was an opportunity for Schwartzman to, I think, just get back to 30-all. And it was a shorter return from Nadal and just didn't put it away. Goes out wide to the backhand of Nadal, but misses it. So second serve for Schwartzman. This time goes into the backhand and Schwartzman loses his first service game. Schwartzman tries to go down the line with the forehand and completely misses it. So 1 love here. And this could be a short set if Schwartzman doesn't pick himself up. Billy Hill says Henman should be given a wild card at Wimbledon. Mate, it'll be hilarious. He'd get on the first round though, wouldn't he? He's too old now. It'll be. I wonder how. No, he can't. No way. He'd love it though. He'd probably take it as well. Why do you say that, Billy? Let me know. I'm sure you're trolling, but I don't mind. Meanwhile, player, and Alex are having a very nice little historical conversation in the chat. If anyone interested, go and check it out. Nice little history lesson for those about Macedonia, Bulgaria, Greece, Cyprus, even. Sorry. Right, so one love up here in this I say final set. It's not final set for sure. In this fourth set between Nadal and Schwartzman, And Nadal, okay, this is the biggest question for me: is can Nadal tune in and really, I think, tune into that clinical nature that he has and just completely run through Schwartzman here, or is he going to let him off the hook? No double faults, please, is my main concern. Nadal bouncing the ball a couple of times, sorting out his wedgie, just come on. Goes down the tee to the backhand of Schwartzman. Cross court by Nadal, and then another backhand cross court, this time a lot deeper, then really good into out forehand by Nadal, and Schwartzman tries to go down the line with the forehand to change up the angle and can only hit the net. So 15 love to Nadal. Sakai says, now Schwartzman's choking. I think that's a bit harsh. Sakai, you are very trigger happy on the choking accusation, aren't you? No, I think realistically, I think Nadal's definitely upped his level. And didn't you say that Nadal was choking before? There's been there's been a merry-go-round of choking, according to Sakea, which is fair enough. You can see it that way as well, I guess. Player says, is Schwartzman Argentinian? Yes, he is. He's Argentinian. He's Argentinian, and at the moment he is struggling hugely at 30 love down on Nadal's serve. Obviously, getting broken quite savagely, really, in that first game as well. Nadal is just, when he's someone who's in front, he doesn't normally give it away. So I feel like he's going to be clinical here. But let's see. Let's see. I want him to wrap it up in like 20 minutes now, just to make a statement. And also, so he doesn't have so much time on the court. Like, realistically, he'll have to play Djokovic in the semi. He doesn't want to be out on court for any longer than he needs to. But saying that, look, all it takes is Schwartzman to break back, although he just slices that backhand into the net, and Nadal's 40 love up. So, I don't know. Come on, Schwartzman. In a way, I almost want Schwartzman. No, I don't. I was going to say I want Schwartzman to break back, but I don't. I'm sorry. I got to keep it real. Right, 40 love up here, and Rafa Nadal crunches the forehand down the line, and Schwartzman cannot get that serve back. So, there we go. We are 2 games to love to Rafa Nadal. Alex BG1 says, apparently Schwartzman's great-grandfather escaped from Nazi Germans and fled to Argentina to start a family. Fair enough. God, you guys love your little background history, don't you? Player as well, talking about Bulgaria and Greece and Macedonia. Crazy. Guys in the chat, please do remember to smash the like button. Thank you very much. I know we've got loads of people in the chat, and I know not everyone's liking the video. So if you haven't, please do so. If you have done so already, thank you very much. Of course, please subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't done so. Again, I know a lot of you have, so I appreciate it. It just helps the channel to grow, doing liking and subscribing, and just gets the channel out there. And I really do appreciate it. It just means that we can have more conversations in the chat like we're having at the moment. Right, okay, so Schwartzman is just struggling massively here. He's genuinely struggling to get a hold in this set. And I feel bad for him. I genuinely do. Because it's difficult, right? He did really well. He did very, very well in that second set, and also in the first set as well. Gave a good account of himself in the third set, and now he's playing against someone who is just super comfortable on the surface. This is really his home. And Nadal now is 30 love up on Schwartzman 7. It's another opportunity to break here, potentially, if he manages to win this one. Schwartzman is just not happy. And Nadal says sorry, but I don't think Schwartzman just let the ball hit him, basically, because he was like, can't bothered. He could tell he's fed up, Schwartzman. He seems mentally broken here, but let's see. Goes up wide with the serve to the backhand of Nadal, and then, go on, Nadal. Crunches the forehand, and I think he's grinding Schwartzman into the ground here, basically, unfortunately. Lavantia Ramos, you always come up with some crazy remarks. Look at this. Sandwich is done. Who's Sandwich? Who's Sandwich? Do you mean Schwartzman? He goes, waiting for Noel. Oh, you're funny, man. You are funny. I'm assuming you're a Novak Djokovic supporter then, Lavancio Ramos, right? Luis Santaquenga, I hope I pronounced your name right, says something in Spanish, which I'm going to attempt to say. You know what? Why not? Or it goes with the drop shot Nadal. That's not a good option. But Schwartzman gets to that, then nearly plays the between the legs hot dog. Whoa, if he'd done that, unbelievable. But gets broken, unfortunately, Schwartzman, and he looks pissed. So Luis Sataquinga says, Vamos Rafa to Apio, Teste, Ecuador, Ambador, Adelante, Nadal. Hopefully that was not any swearing in there. If it was, apologies. If anyone knows exactly what that means, also please do let me know because it'll be nice to know what I've just said. 3Z24 says, wow, Nadal is just, he is running away with this one. He really is. And he is just he's basically saying to Schwartzman, you know what? You think you're playing well? Not anymore. Not anymore, mate. Not anymore. And I genuinely actually feel bad for him. But not too much. Not enough that I want him to win. Enough that I think, you know what, it's like a pity one. I feel bad though for saying that. 3Z24 says 3-0. Come on, Rafa. Schwartzman seems like a really nice guy, by the way, in saying that. So, player says, here you go. So Schwartzman is descending from Nazi Germans that fled to Argentina, therefore the German name extremely interesting. Fair enough. Right, okay. So, is Nadal going to get through this and just completely blitz Schwartzman? Are we going to see a bagel? That's the question. Everyone likes a bagel when they dish it out, not to eat, of course. No one likes eating bagels. Right, 3-love here to Nadal, and he's serving to make it 4-love. And really, this is carnage now. I mean, we have three really tight sets, 3 sets where Schwartzman looked really good in large periods. This 4th set, I genuinely think losing that 3rd set has definitely taken its toll. And these goats and these top players, they just break people mentally, and that's what it looks like has happened with Schwartzman. Schwartzman is extremely fit, so it's nothing physical; it's mental. And Nadal has just upped his level, and Schwartzman has not been able to keep up as he nets another forehand as Nadal utilized that into out forehand to the forehand of Schwartzman. When that into out forehand from Nadal is firing, it's just unbelievable. When it's firing, it's one of the best shots to watch. And maybe I'm being biased because I'm a fan, but genuinely, it's just so effective for the most part. Right, so Nadal is going to go the typical lefty serve out wide. Yeah, go on. I reckon. Oh, Nadal crunching the forehand into out to Schwartzman's forehand, then changing the angle down the line, comes in for the drive volley. Schwartzman manages to get something on that. Defensively, he's damn good, but unfortunately that floats out. So Nadal is just I don't know what to do. What do you do? If you're Schwartzman, guys, tell me what do you do? How do you combat Nadal just blitzing you? What do you do? That's what I want to know. I want you guys to tell me exactly what you should do. If you're Diego Schwartzman right now, how do you approach this game? He's 30-love down and 3-love down. He's 3-love down the set and 30-love down Nadal serve. How does he come back into this? He needs to hold. He needs to break and hold basically. Let's see. Oh, Nadal crunches that forehand and 40-love. What the heck are you supposed to do? Player says you pray. I was like, oh, why? But he meant you pray. Okay, that's fair enough. He goes, you pray. Deepu Casey says nothing to do. I think he means Nadal is on song. Just play and extend the game as much as possible. That's a really good point, isn't it? I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think he needs to find his first serve again. I think is the biggest thing, isn't it? Just start holding your games first, then you can worry about breaking. I mean, he's been broken twice is the biggest issue. I don't know. Nadal 40 love up here though on his service game, and he's just in cruise control now, isn't he? He's comfortable, but whoa, out of nowhere, Schwartzman just absolutely creams a forehand down the line. Oh, what the heck? And it's a return winner and 40-15 now, but where the heck did that come from? Nadal just tries to basically serve a kick serve on the ad side to the backhand of Schwartzman, and Schwartzman runs around it and just crunches the forehand down the line and says, "Thank you very much." What? Nadal's like, okay, fair enough. Maybe I have to serve it better. And he does. He goes down the tee, and I thought it was an ace, but it's not. He's just gone long with it. No, I'm wrong. He did. No, I was right. Sorry, he has. He has. Unbelievable serve, by the way. It was on the juice side, swinging away from the backhand of Diego Schwartzman, and he got absolutely nowhere near it. 4-love to the Spaniard, and the Argentinian is in all sorts of trouble here. 4-love down. Now, can he hold a service game? We should play that game really at the moment. It's just can he actually hold a service game here? Let's see. So 4-love here to Nadal. Schwartzman goes out wide to the backhand of Nadal, then goes again down the line to the backhand of Nadal, really trying to target the backhand. Nadal just being pretty solid on it and getting the ball deep on that backhand side. A bit more loopy than you probably would expect. But it works and then nearly makes the forehand down the line, does Rafa Nadal, but just misses it as Schwartzman switches up the plan of attack and goes cross court with the backhand to Nadal's forehand. Crazy. It's just crazy how Nadal can just turn it on like this. Doesn't every player wish they could do that? I wish I could do that. Playing club tennis, just next thing you know what? I'm playing quite well, but I'm not playing quite well enough. So let's just go up from gear 2 to gear 7. That's exactly what he does. Nadal crunching that into that forehand. It's a good serve from Schwartzman actually into the forehand of Nadal, but the backhand was a bit too short, and Nadal runs round the backhand side and just crunches the into that forehand. So 15 all here. He's got his tail up. Schwartzman kind of is looking around. He looks like he doesn't know what to do. He looks pretty. He just looks completely out of ideas, completely bereft of what to do, which is pretty. It's a bad place to be, unfortunately. But he's still trying to hang in there. He's still going at it. He's a fighter. But Nadal then just, oh my gosh, what are you supposed to do there? Schwartzman goes cross court, and he's just thinking, I'm just going to go cross court, backhand cross court, try and drag out Nadal. But you know what? Nah, forget it. I'm just going to crunch my forehand down the line for a winner. Ridiculous. Player says Nadal is a genius. It's just a torture to watch him play sometimes because he has a lot of compulsive obsessions. Yeah, he's got some weird he's got some pretty weird rituals and stuff that I know, like wiping the line with his feet and stuff. Like he's just got. I don't know if it's a ritual or it's more like routine. Has Nadal just kept that in? No, he hasn't. He hasn't. He goes to lob Schwartzman at the net, and I thought it might have clipped the line, but it hasn't. It's gone long. But yeah, he's 100% a genius. No doubt about that. Just like sorting out his wedgie, player. What's the issue with that, hey? What's the issue with that? He likes wearing tight shorts, then he can sort out his wedgie. Completely normal. Oh, is that in or out? Nadal is saying it's out, and it is out. The first serve. So a second serve for Nadal for him to have a look at. Alex says that Nadal always takes the full 25 seconds between every point. To be fair, Alex, 25 seconds are there to be used. That's the limit. That's the limit. It's like saying, why do you go when you go to a buffet? Why do you eat as much as you can? Because you can. As Nadal goes round the backhand, then crunches the forehand, but Schwartzman is equal to him, and he opens up a game point, which is good for him. Get him on the scoreboard. Come on, Schwartzman. I'm rooting for the enemy because I love Nadal, but you know what? Why not? Why not? But yeah, it's seriously at that point. I genuinely feel like it's fine. If it was a case of like he was taking the mick, like he would go 25 seconds and then be like, "Oh, hold on 1 second, just gonna sort out my wedgie." Then I'd be like, "Okay, fine, fair enough." But Look, you're allowed to, if you take those seconds, you take those seconds. Branislav Vranias says Noel is waiting. I hope I said your name right. Yeah, Noel, I think probably will be waiting. To be fair, that will be a cracker, man. I mean, really, in my opinion, whoever wins that probably wins it. But Tsitsipas, especially, looks very good on the other side of the draw, so he will be hard to beat as well. And I think he mentally looks very strong. Player says, yeah, but he might suffer from some kind of light obsessive compulsive disorder. He walks in patterns, places the bottles in the same spot, grabbing his. Okay, I'm not going to say that. Willing the wiping the sweat off his ears and scratching. Yeah, he grabs his shorts and he goes, yeah, wiping, yeah, and his nose. Yeah, he does. He's got like set patterns, doesn't he? So he might actually have a set. I think he's just very, very meticulous, isn't he? And like specific, like he needs specific things. Alex BG1 says, "What the heck just happened? How the? Okay, I mean, what? Nadal just broken him again. 5-love. What is going on? Schwartzman is having a mare here. Player says, I don't either. Alex said, my point is that for the neutral observer, it's probably a nightmare. I really don't mind it. Player says, I don't either. Yeah. I love Nadal, says player. Me too. 3Zoos24 says, Nadal's. Okay, I've read that better. I nearly misread that. Nadal's shots, I'm going to say, have become more aggressive lately, and that's what made things go like this. He did it 5-love, and Branislav Vranier says the number one. I think he's talking about Djokovic. He's pumped for the Djokovic Nadal potential matchup, and I think he's definitely backing Nadal. I can tell. I know what you're going to say. You think Djokovic is going to trounce Nadal? That's fair enough. Could happen. Guys in the chat, whilst we are looking at 5-love here, and probably, hopefully a Nadal 6-love bagel here. Unbelievable. Please do remember to smash the like button. I really appreciate it. Tell the channel to grow, and also just to get this video out there and to support it. And also subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't done so already. Again, really does help the channel to grow as well. And I do really appreciate it. I know a lot of you have done so already. So if you have done so, I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. And please do continue to do so. Thank you. Player says Djokovic, I think he means Djokovic, is a number one, but he's also 150 years old. Is he? Why do you say that? XBG1 says Branislav is a die-hard Berrettini supporter, lol. Yeah, probably. Imagine that, eh? He's like, Djokovic is awaiting. Berrettini is my favourite. Yeah. Right, Nadal here. Can he be professional and just close this out? And you know what? It's kind of a sad state of events, actually, if he gets bageled here, Schwartzman. I don't know why, but I just feel like he played so well in the first 3 sets. Well, first 2 sets especially. Third set, I thought he played pretty solidly as well. This set, obviously, he's just fallen away and probably not giving the best account of himself. But a second serve for him to have a look at here. Can he gain some pride and get on the board with a break? He goes long with the forehand. He just looks like he doesn't want to be there now, actually. He looks like he doesn't want to be there. The thing is, if you're Schwartzman, okay, and you're so fed up in the 5-love down, it's embarrassing to lose 6-love, right? But do you just want to go and blast the returns because you've got nothing else to lose, or do you just go, I'm gonna try and get the returns in and kind of formulate the points? And I don't know, what do you do? Nadal is just on fire. Goes out wide with a serve. Schwartzman drops in the cross-court backhand, and Nadal goes, okay, cool, thank you. My player is going to go down the line, crunch the forehand, and you know what? You're screwed. So 30-love up to Nadal and 2 points away from absolutely. Well, it wasn't a demolition job whatsoever, to be fair. It was actually a very tight affair for the first 3 sets, but in that 4th set, he's just, oh my gosh, like crazy. Prajwal Chauhan says, who do you think will win the trophy this year? I am going to back Nadal, which is probably the safe one, but player says, I know he's been saying it, Djokovic or Tsitsipas for him. Nadal, oh my gosh, Nadal just crunches that backhand down the line. What the heck is going on? I guess when you're 5-love up, though, you just go for whatever because you're like, yeah, you know what, I'm playing amazing. and you've got a 5-game cushion. So 5-love and 40-love up, and it's match point, and he's turning it on here, Nadal, at the end, for sure. And I think probably from the back end, the back end of that third set, he went up a notch, and he just hasn't really dropped from that level. And Schwartzman has just been blown away, unfortunately. He was giving Nadal a lot of problems in the first 2.5 sets, and then since then it's just been all Nadal. And I guess we've seen that with a lot of matches. I mean, with Musetti and Djokovic, Sinner as well, and Nadal for the first set, Sinner just kind of lost his bottle really a little bit. And Schwartzman loses it by netting a forehand, a really easy forehand as well. It was a forehand that kind of just dropped in, and he loses that final set 6-love. And Nadal's like, "Don't worry, mate. I hand out bagels on the regular, so you did really well to take off a set." I can see him saying that, but what the hell? What the hell? Crazy. 3Zeus24 says, "Wow." And I'm just going to have to say it and annoy everyone who doesn't like it, and apologies. But vamos, Rafa, vamos! 3Zeus24 says, "What a backhand." Yeah, it's quality. Deepu KC says, "What a play. If he keeps up this level, it's going to be the 14th time for sure." Agreed, yeah. I think if he plays the level that he did for the last set and a half, then yes. If not, it's going to be hard. Potentially do it, but yeah. Let's see. Let's see if he can peak at the right time. Maybe he's just peaking at the right time. Branislav Rania says it's quality, the 150-year-old guts. I don't get this conversation. I don't get the 150-year-old thing. SVG1 says perfect result for Nadal. Yeah, it was. I mean, although a perfect result would have been a straight set win, but I think the last set would have been 6-love. Would have definitely helped. So really, he's only played 3 sets there, to be honest with you. 6-love is just, you may as well not turned up. Unfortunately, Branislav Rania says, "Sorry, guy." What do you mean by the 150-year-old guy, though? I think he's just, fair enough. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Djokovic is quality. I have no issues in saying that. I'm an Nadal supporter, but Djokovic is unreal. Like, I wouldn't, if he beats Nadal, like, I'll say fair play. Fair play. Right, okay, guys, I will most likely, it will be me or someone else potentially, be doing the 7 o'clock. Hopefully it's at 7 anyway. Djokovic Berrettini match. If it is, then we will definitely be doing it. It's already set up the stream and everything. So fingers crossed it does, because I am actually playing tennis myself this evening. So if it goes longer, as in like if it starts later, then I probably won't be able to. Alex BG1 says that joke may have worked better for Roger. Yeah, that's what I don't know. Anyways, thank you very much, guys. Rafa makes it through to the semis. We've got who knows? Is it Djokovic or Berrettini waiting in the final? We're going to find out later. And Tsitsipas obviously in that semi with Zverev. We've got some unbelievable matches coming up, and of course Swiatek gone. Sakari beating her and making it through to the semis, which is a huge shock. Guys, thank you very, very much for tuning in. I really appreciate everyone who has tuned in. Please do remember to like this video and, of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I know a lot of you have done, so I really do appreciate the support. It's been amazing to have so many people on the last few days, especially for the French Open and week also, whilst the French Open has been going on. And I'll see you later for Tsitsipas Djokovic. If not, definitely, if not tomorrow, the semis, of course. Because the semi of Zverev Tsitsipas is going to be an absolute cracker. Cool. Thank you very much. Alex says, "Cheers, dude." And 3Z24 says, "Thank you. We'll see you next match." Thank you very much, mate. See you later. Thank you very much.